Panthers. I am Billy B, back with episode 2 of Vinyl Verdict, joined by my two co-hosts, Gerard Biner and Justin Foster.
Whoa.
What is going on? What is up, everybody?
Let's get these graphics up. Once again, I am Billy B, PHS's resident music expert, joined by certified feminist Gerard, certified feminist number 2, second only to Dylan Hammett, listens to Deftones. Very performative, but it's okay. And then Justin Foster.
Hold on. What's performative about
Deftones has been molded into a more performative guy archetype of music lately. It's very commonplace.
You don't like Deftones?
I never said Deftones was bad. That's just what people have construed them to be.
It's a good band. You're gonna get me on an aside here before we even get
Gun
started.
to your head,
man.
name 5 Deftones songs.
I can't name 5 Deftones songs because I don't get the hype. I don't think they're that.
Have you listened to White Pony?
I have listened to White Pony.
Okay, listen to it again. That would be my my homework for you.
Okay.
Deftones was cool in 2000. I'm not gonna say I am as well schooled as some. I don't quite understand the modern resurgence. And not because they're bad. I just don't really understand what appeal has kind of roped in this generation. But I don't think it's performative.
That's just,
Shout out Dylan. I know he's I know he's at track as all of our students are, which allows me to be in here today. But I know he is intently watching a bunch of races today, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
But he went to see him in St. Louis. I think he's a fan. I do think he's a fan.
He might be. He might be a secret track fan. We don't know.
Maybe not. Anyways.
All right. What we're going to start out with here is Song of the Week. My pick for Song of the Week, I'm going to go with Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin.
Okay. Whoa. Walk us through this.
Okay. Any song that's in Shrek is automatically a pretty good song. And Ricky Martin is one of the biggest Latin pop stars of all time.
You're an enigma. You're too cool for Deftones, and your Song of the Week is Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin is a very respectable artist, Foster. I don't think you understand that. He made a name for himself in a scene that was somewhat crowded and difficult. I mean, you've got some huge names in the Latin pop star area. You've got Bad Bunny now. He's rap, pop, kind of.
Bad Bunny wasn't around for.
I know,
Ricky
but even
Martin.
now, I'm just saying, he's kind of he was Bad Bunny before Bad Bunny.
No, he wasn't. Bad Bunny is Ricky Martin. I came up for that. Name another Ricky Martin song.
She Bangs.
Okay. Look, I'm just going in. Let's put some respect on Enrique Iglesias' name. Hero. We know this one. Go watch the video. Might I introduce you to Jennifer Love Hewitt? Anyways. Yeah. Enrique, what is up? And, Jennifer Love Hewitt, classic 90s icon. 14-year-old me or whatever. Big fan of Enrique Iglesias because of he did great with the music video.
Shout out Enrique.
Yeah, shout out Enrique.
Shout out Enrique.
All right. So why is that your Song of the Week?
I just really like that song. I could be having a pretty bad day, listen to that song, it brings the mood up. It's a very high pace, kind of a lot of action in that song, a lot of things going on, and I think it's a very just good vibes.
That's fair.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I didn't realize when we were doing prep for this, I didn't think about the Song of the Week, but I am going to shout out a semi-local band for this one, and I'm gonna give you some time to think about yours because I didn't know if you would get a song.
Oh, no, I got it.
A band called The Brook and the Bluff, and the song is Can't Figure It Out. They got a new album coming out in a month or two. This is a band that I was kind of, I think I'm a little Billy B-ish in that I'm a cynic and I want to be, I don't want to like this. I was kind of hesitant to listen to them because they were, kind of had a following around Birmingham, whatever. And then I find out that the guy I work with in TV, his son is in the band. And the members grew up around Birmingham. They went to Auburn. I think they met down there, and now they're in Nashville. But it's a new cut from their new album. Really like the vibe of it. Really like the sound of this band. And shout out JB. His son's their guitarist. But Brook and the Bluff. Can't Figure It Out. If you like just good guitar, rock / pop, indie twist to it, you're gonna like this cut. Very catchy, good vibes.
All right, Gerard, your song of the week.
My song of the week, I'm gonna go with "When Will I See You Smile Again" by Bill Biv DeVoe. It's a really good song of mine. I really love BBD. You know,
Old school.
yeah. I've been big on my old school recently. I've been trying to dive deep, expand my palette, I should say. So I have really nothing much to say about it. It's one of those yearning songs, you know, missing your girl, things like that. Turn that on, fits the mood. So
Fits the mood, okay. Good picture song of the week all around. Now to get into less positive discussion.
Oh wow.
Fireworks and Rollerblades by Benson Boone. Where do I start? Okay. So I don't condemn stupidity, but I don't make excuses for it either. Benson Boone is the single worst artist, I think, to ever try and make music. There have been some bad artists that I've heard in my lifetime, but none quite as slop as Benson Boone. He is industry slop to the highest degree, and he's a complete and total sellout. He makes music you'd hear in Target, just Target music. He is Target music. He's like, not even coworker music. It's worse than that. I mean, Benson Boone has absolutely nothing going for him. All of his discography is trash. There's no redeeming qualities.
I want to hear why. I want to hear why.
and another thing, would you say he's worse than Dax?
Who?
Okay, so Dax, at least you can look at that and be like, okay, that's funny, and you can laugh at it. There's nothing enjoyable about listening to Benson Boone music. It's just this same recycled pop sound that's been overdone and overdone and overdone over years that just, for some reason, it gets these people popular. I don't understand it.
I agree.
It's like, what is the hype around Benson Boone? If you like Benson Boone, you watching this, I'm so sorry for you.
He can do a backflip. He can do a backflip, man. Like, are we gonna hate on the backflip?
Yes, because it's Benson Boone doing
He wears
it.
a onesie, and he can do a backflip, and oftentimes it's sparkly,
It's a grown man, bro.
right?
He's a grown man and a
He's got a
sparkly
little
onesie.
pencil mustache. What is there not to love? But I want to know why. I haven't listened to it. I know that one song. I wish I didn't know that one song. There are those songs that just pop up. One that I can think of that similarly grating, Centuries by Fall Out Boy, that like ESPN decided one year, like, we're going to play this at every commercial break
cannot
of
stand
every
this song.
college football game.
I don't get the hype. I really don't get the hype on this song.
I didn't like it the first time, but by the 1,000th time I heard it on every college football game, it is like this Benson Boone song. But again, I think he's the worst artist ever? No. I would kind of ask this too. Do you think in 10 years there's a chance that he will change the arc of his career?
No.
Absolutely not. I mean, you've seen what he's done over what has already been at least enough to make 4 albums. He keeps doing the same thing.
He has
His-
4 albums.
Well, I'll say this. MGK kind of did it.
Well, and he was awful in both as a rapper and as a
Yes, he
pop
was,
artist.
He was terrible as
Like,
both.
in my opinion. That's
it-
what we are here to talk about, our opinions.
It doesn't matter if Benson Boone switches up the formula, it's going to be the same thing. The only semi-redeemable thing about him is I saw him do a tribute to Queen, bring out Brian Mays, the guitarist. He can sing. He just doesn't use that properly.
Oh, I think he can sing, but I don't like his
He's
voice
not
particularly.
using it. He's not using it.
He's not using it
correctly.
properly at all. And it would be one thing if he made like just semi-bad music, but this is like unbearable to listen to, and it's everywhere.
If it's all like that one song, full disclosure, I have not listened to the album. I don't care to. If you like Benson Boone, cool.
I don't even
I'm
like
not.
his name, bro. Like,
It's a terrible
why is your name? Why is your name Benson Boone? You can come up with something better. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it. Yeah, I don't know. But again, I know you're at that age. You want to like hate on stuff, and I get it. I'm just to the point, man. Life's too short. If you like the music, blast the Benson Boone. Just don't do it around me, please. Like,
That's something that'll get you not only thrown off the aux, but possibly thrown out of the car.
Yeah.
I will say, and shout out to Curran, who's manning our board today. This made me like lose a little bit of respect for Steph Curry, man. There was like video of It's like Steph Curry steps out for a night on the town at a Benson Boone concert, and he's like front row singing along to that song. Like, kind of, yeah. I was like, dude,
Greatest 3-point shooter ever.
it's not the move,
In
man.
his space, and he's
That's your
Um,
goat, Kern.
But again, you're paid to hoop. If you like it, you like it, dude. Like, I don't. I don't want to be in the business of poo-pooing on people's opinions. I know we're here to give ours, cool. But yeah, if that's what you like, that's what you like. And life's too short, man. Enjoy stuff. But just know, if you play that in the car, I'm changing the station. That one song, I cannot. That is probably my most hated song of like the last 5 years.
you'd never catch LeBron listening to Benson Boone.
I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I mean, LeBron does own a Labubu though, so
He
that kind of.
Okay, you probably wouldn't because he would have tweeted about it or like put it on Instagram
Exactly.
already and talked about here's what the greatest listens to.
I remember when you
Something
drew a
like
picture
that.
of Mart Simpson. It's the funniest thing ever.
Similar hairlines, but
We're getting off topic. Final grade for this album: F-. Complete garbage.
I'm gonna say incomplete. I can't really tell you. That song to me is it's not one I'm even gonna rate on its merits because his voice to me I just can't do it. It is like that Century song. There's some. Is it Imagine Dragons? They've had some like that where I'm
Yeah.
just like
It was
can't do this,
It
man.
was like Believer or something like that.
Oh, that one and
Radioactive.
It's just that. It's
oh,
just that sound.
yeah. Any of that stuff? No, I'm out, man. I'm out. So yeah, it's in that vein. Not for me. Incomplete. Not listening to the album. I told you when you said yeah, we're doing this.
I'm also gonna do.
Just not listening to
I'm
it.
also gonna do an incomplete because you said Benson Boone, and I'm like, I'm not doing that.
I also think it's unfair of me to be like, oh yeah, it's an F. I haven't listened to it, but I'm not going to. So there you go. There you
right.
have it.
On to a significantly better album, Don't Be Done by A$AP Rocky. Now, I wasn't able to listen to all of this because I had work last night, but I did what I listened to in my car on the way home. I was impressed. I really have enjoyed what A$AP Rocky's been able to do throughout his career, especially Long Live A$AP. I think that's a great mixtape, amazing mixtape even. And this is a pretty solid album. I mean, it's got some great sound to it. I wouldn't say it's like the best thing he's ever made, but it's really like it's high quality stuff. And when you see there are creators who are still like making good music within the bounds of like, I guess, normalcy, not trying to push or expand anything to the genre, it's like really admirable in a sense because the way you can make something beautiful without trying to change its core and its fundamentals is like really just, I think that's enjoyable for me in music, especially in rap, which is such a fluid genre that you can do a lot with. I think it's really enjoyable, tough to listen to.
I want to hear Gerard's take on this because I know he has probably listened more than I have.
Yeah.
I've listened a decent amount. Been on the A$AP fandom since he kind of came out. His career has not gone how I thought it would. I mean, you look at big picture, I don't feel like he's had the kind of hits that I kind of figured he would when that first mixtape came out. I thought we'd be seeing kind of a string of not to the like a Drake level, but maybe like to like a 21 Savage or a little more, and just not you haven't seen the radio play, but I also think
I don't know when it hits, it hits. Like,
but not from a numbers. I'm not saying on the quality of the
I'm
music.
qual-
I'm
on-
just
on
saying from a
numbers level.
but you guys know who he is. Like he's kind of iconic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I again, there've been the last album to me was pretty uneven. Didn't do it for me. He's done some experimental stuff that I think it's hit or miss. I think there's a little of that on this album, but I do feel more of the urgency back. There's more of kind of the things that I loved about him when he came out on this one. So what did you think?
Honestly, I first listened to it. I mean, I knew it was coming out. I had a pretty big heads up on it, pre-saved it on Spotify. And when he dropped that first single, Punk Rocky, at first, first listen, I never judge anything off of first listen because I don't really, I want to say, capture the whole song. But first listen, it didn't speak out to me. But the more I listened to it, the more I started to adjust to it and like it. And then, like a few days later, like a week or two later, the album ended up coming out. And the whole album honestly sounded really well to me. I gotta say one of my favorite songs. I got a few favorite songs up there. like Stay Here for Life, Punk Rocky, Helicopter, all those songs, really great songs. And he's, I mean, 2026 is probably going to be a really big year for him. He's going on tour soon. There's also going to be a lot of competition coming out. J. Cole has his album coming out February. So there's a lot. There's going to be a lot ahead. There's a big roadmap for him. But honestly, it's really one of my favorite albums of the year right now. The year just started, so
It's pretty
I have to
early,
see. Yeah, the year just started, so we'll have to see. But as of right now, I really like it.
I do like the album art, and I like just kind of the
You know,
aesthetic
it's,
of
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah.
I do like that. But again, I would argue, like, I don't know if he has like a front to back classic album at this point. I don't think this one is a front to back classic, and that's not to diss it. I think those are few and far between. There's plenty of quality here.
Not even Long Live ASAP.
That would be if he has one. I would say that. I liked was it At Long Last?
I think it's At Long Last.
The second one.
Yeah. It's the second one.
His second album. Yeah. There was the mixtape and then the album, and who knows how to make sense of what is what. But I did like that. It was more experimental. It worked for me. But again, uneven, and I think in the public eye, it never got to that level of what you kind of thought he was when you saw this guy come out at the start of his career. Like, Rihanna gets it. Ton of charisma, pretty unique, obvious
Style,
influences. There's like the fashion kind of aspect of it, and I think he's bigger as an icon than he is as an artist.
Yeah, I especially agree with that, especially with this this newest one, because I'm on TikTok. The song just comes out, and you hear Helicopter for an ad for the national championship. So it's like, I don't think you would have heard an A$AP Rocky song on the national championship ad a few years ago. So it's like, you know, it's obviously changed, and he's getting more out there now.
And when you got Rihanna in your corner, I think that
definitely helps.
That helps you out.
Rihanna, one of the biggest icons in the scene, maybe all time. I mean, I love Rihanna. I think she's great.
And a really big Grammy robbery, too.
And she's kind of at the point of her career where she's like, yeah, I'll just kind of leave the music behind. So but as far as this album, I did really like it. I think it's, I'm not going to give it an incomplete, but I think how it holds up in time and repeat listens is going to factor into it. But this was a pleasant surprise for me. I wasn't expecting much, and there's a lot to like.
I'm going to give it, off of what I heard, a B-. But, again, I didn't listen to the full thing, so I'm also going to have to go with an incomplete.
I'm within the B+ A- range.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a solid B. But again, that's like knowing the artist. It's not just, like if it was just some random new artist I heard, probably B+. But, you know.
Compared to stuff he's done before.
Yeah, and just expectation-wise, it's still pretty good. So I'll go B.
All right. For
Doesn't an 80 out of 100 sound so much better than a B, though? Anyways, just...
Okay.
Yeah.
They say save the best for last, and that is what I did when I was drawing this up. In the Court of the Crimson King by King Crimson. Some people watching this probably not even going to know who that is, but that's okay, because you don't need to know who they are for them to be just as groundbreaking as they are. King Crimson and Can, two prog rock bands from the 60s, both sampled by Kanye on separate albums, which I think is super impressive. The song sampled by Kanye was 21st Century Schizoid Man off of, was it Power?
Yes.
Yes, Power. He sampled that. And then the other Kanye sample, Can, one of his worser songs. We're not going to talk about that one.
But it did turn, well, I knew about the band before that. Earl Sweatshirt also has sampled some Can as well.
I found out about this band not even through, like, just browsing. So watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and one of the stands is named King Crimson. So
best musical references in that show, easily. Epitaph, greatest song of all time, in my opinion.
I don't even think it's the best on the album, but
Epitaph is absolutely the best on the album.
That's where we're gonna disagree. But
I will say
disagree, but go ahead.
The one thing barring me from putting this album at an A+ and thinking it's the greatest rock album of all time is there's one song, Moonchild. First half of the song, completely fine. If it were just that, the whole song, this would be my pick for the greatest rock album of all time. but the second half, it sounds like rats scurrying in walls. I'm all for experimental music, but like when you just come up with this pretentious drivel, it's just like, what are you doing? You're just throwing sounds together and calling it a day. It shows a lack of effort and also signs of trying too hard to be different. This band, I won't lie, they were groundbreaking. I love them. But this is a stain on their legacy is this song.
Can I
would
offer a
say.
rebuttal, even though we talked about this? And I will offer the rebuttal that I understand. I agree. And here's my, not a critique of the album, because I think it's a classic. And I understand the influence. And I love so much about it. It is an album in some ways I admire more than I like. Like,
I understand where you're coming from.
I'm not going to throw on the whole album front to back as much as I would some like classics.
I feel that way about Illmatic, but I'm gonna let you go.
That would be a whole nother. We could do a whole nother thing on classic hip hop albums. But in the Court of the Crimson King to me is the best song on the album, probably 21st Century Schizoid Man. I hear the influence of so much stuff, but I don't know the jazzy like spastic jazziness of so much of it. It's just not one I'm gonna throw on over and over again as like an enjoyment. It's one that I appreciate. I love the craft, but like, am I throwing it on to ride? Not all the time. But I do. Again, I'm gonna give you a 10 out of 10 or an A plus influence, all that stuff. But if we're talking like prog rock, I'm doing Pink Floyd any day of the week.
Okay, I agree.
I'm doing that.
It's Pink Floyd, dude.
Personally, I would have to disagree, but, and I might have to explain the Epitaph being the greatest song of all time argument. There's one specific thing that they do, and it's the bass clarinet in the song. The bass clarinet in the song gives it such tension and such just a climactic feel, especially with the rising tension of the song. It's very, how do I say this? It's very, it just gives me a feeling no other song gives me.
It's very unique.
And it's absolutely the greatest thing I've ever heard. Because what I gauge off of songs are how they make me feel. I feel the most when I'm listening to that song.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That is what it's all about. I do want to very quickly go back to Moonchild, which we had that discussion about Moonchild. I think that's the perfect encapsulation of I can appreciate what they were going for. Like, in some ways that, yes, it's not a super listenable thing, but I re-listened to the album this morning on my planning period when I'm working on other stuff, because it is an album you can kind of put in the background and soak in the vibe of it. And in that context, like, that latter half works better, if that makes sense. Like, if it's just kind of a secondary thing, it works better. I appreciate what they are being very experimental. They're pushing in directions that not a lot of people are going to like, and I understand that, and I get what they're going for. But again, for like listenability, when you have a 12-minute song, half of which is just kind of all these different sounds and like noodling on guitars and clatter of drums and all that stuff, that's a difficult thing for listenability over and over again. But I appreciate what they were going for. I understand the influence, but again, that's something I appreciate way more than I enjoy.
All right. I would personally give the album an A, not an A+, because of Moonchild, but that's okay.
Well, but think about this, like overall influence and stuff.
Overall influence is an A+.
And everything, I think, yeah. And again, I'm the one that I feel like I'm being critical. I'm not. Like, I love it, but that's sort of what's stopping me from saying. Like, if you're like, hey, listen to prog rock, I'd be like, hey, Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd. Like, let's start there. That's like goes down a little easier. And then I might say, hey, then get to some King Crimson.
Yeah. All right. Overall review. Talked about a wide array of albums in terms of quality today. Definitely 3 very different albums from each other, for better or for worse. But overall, music is always going to be worth listening to no matter what, no matter who it is, even if it's just a hate on it, because at least you feel something. That's what music is. I mean, it's the most natural art form. You see it across every different species, and music will always have a place in society so long as we don't industrialize it the way we have some people doing it nowadays. I am Billy B. I was joined by my two co-hosts, Gerard Biner and Justin